Hello everyone, and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 3 and the Spain campaign. And the reason I am saying welcome back in such a manner is I am now in my new residence. It's taken a long time and it's taken a fair amount of work between me and my family, but I am in and I am up and running, which is good. And this is the first video that I'm recording in said new residence as the mighty Spain. And well, things are not looking too bad at all, are they, in this campaign? We've managed to create ourselves quite the little army, you know, fairly experienced units, but nothing sort of groundbreaking. The main issue that we've got at the moment is, you know, really we need to industrialise as quickly as we can. And, as I say, I'm planning a major offensive against Portugal. And I'm thinking if we can do something to not only increase the threat on them, so their threat to us is 0.36, yeah, and our neutrality is quite high, so we're going to be in a state of peace for quite some time. But we can carry on through, and we can build on up. But yes, I am in the flat, and okay, some more heavy industry. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, yeah, the tank division, and we're going to use them as our go-to for taking out any rebellions. And yeah, we've already, you know, the majority of the partisans and stuff have already gone because I deleted them manually. I'm not sure if that means we get more manpower as a result by me deleting them manually, but oh well, not an issue. And yeah, it's a huge army. And I'm kind of hoping, because we ended the war so quickly, I'm hoping we get some decent buffs and things. That would be very useful. And we did get some heavy industry in, where was it? Montaro, in which case we're going to expand that. We want to expand everywhere that we've got heavy industry, and we're getting a lot of heavy industry buffs because of our decent group of little ministers here and things, which is really cool. We're going to become an industrial powerhouse in very short order. Okay, rare materials extraction, that's good because we want to try and keep our economy as good as possible. And we'll get airport capabilities. We would like port engineering as well on a few of these, so we will get to that. And then waiting for fuel. Okay, so we can leave the second London Naval Treaty due to the threat posed. Come on. Thank you. Okay, we just lost our supply factory thing because of this single unit of militia. Come on. And hopefully we'll stop having some of the, we've still got a lot of issues around resistance against us, but hopefully that will calm down in time. But we really handled the Civil War quite nicely, you know. It's weird, I must say, recording in a different place to where I did previously. 1941, good. And to be honest with you, we've got such a decent officer ratio, we can afford to have near enough 0 on the old officer level for build-up for a little while. Because we've got a decent lot of officers. And we're just waiting on our heavy cruisers and things to come online now. We're going to want to decrease our supply consumption just a little bit, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave the mountain unit and my soon-to-be mountain unit behind. And then I think we should take our infantry all of our mainline units and send them up to Zaragoza. maybe the Madrid defenders as well, because, you know, they're a specialised unit. Along with our tanks, which we'll need to upgrade eventually. And we want to be able to start constructing naval bases and things in more than where we've got them pre-existing. Specifically around here, because we're going to use this as a jumping off spot to take southern Africa away from the Portuguese. Okay, so let's take all of our brigade mixed. Because they supported our enemies, we can't let them live. Okay, so we've got 6 here, so we don't need 6 there. And we got any others that are like weird, like yeah, you've got like armored car, so you can go up that way. They're all identical. They're all identical. They're all identical. So maybe just another standard one. Let's go like that. So we're gonna have like sort of all of our weirder units together. Very good. And that IC level is slowly ticking on up. We're also building up our oil stockpile, which is good. And also building up still a cash surplus, which is more than good. Okay, so we're doing sort of like all of our basic techs, which is nice. Including some air ones, which is doubly good. Maybe we could do with doing... So we're in 1937. We could do with doing fuselage aerodynamics. Let's try and build up a decent air force, or at least get our existing planes to be the peak performance that they can. Okay, so 37. Industry is 36. And we will let those infantry ones run. And does that mean, yeah, we've reached the top level that we can get from doing that for now? Okay. We'll also get wing aerodynamics, and then I think we should go on to... No, I think we should get Grand Battle Plan running. Okay, and then let's make sure we're being as efficient as we can. So... we want our lights to get together. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we could have 2 groups of 4. So we could take 1, 2, 3, and then 4, and have you go over to here. And then let's make sure that we've unassigned all of our leaders. And then we can start giving some proper commanders to people. So, we'll have groups of 5, I think. So we'll have you 2 be in a corps. We'll have you, and you. And we're only going to pick our best commanders for this. And then we're going to have a northern army. And then we're going to have a more southern army. Good. And then we can put them together, create an army corps HQ, and then connect it up into here. So that's good. And then let's give commanders about. So we want someone that's like logistically solid, who's not too high a level. So like this guy, Let's see if there's any other decent people. We don't care what skill level they are, we just care about what ones, you know, do they do supply consumption? Do they give a little bit of experience bonus? Okay, so communist. I could do with a communist supply Acamedia Militar. That would be great, so... like you. Oh, in fact, you might have been the person I had in place. That would explain a lot. So, army group. So we've got two different options, or three different options. We have Modesto, who fought very valiantly in our war. I honestly think we probably want to go with Maha. And that's what we will do. And then at an army level, we will have Modesto. And again, this person's got some supply bonuses, so you know what? We'll put him in charge. And then for first army, we could take Rojo. I don't think that would be the worst thing in the world. And then at corps level, you probably want to give, yeah. Konev can have command of this corps. And then this infantry corps can be under the command of maybe Modesto. We want logistics wizards in all of the relevant spots at core level. We could do have a mountain person here. Someone that's got like a hills fighter trait would be good. Or at least engineer with supply consumption. Though I do like Colonel Hands here, so we'll take Colonel Hands. Can't give you guys a commander yet. And then we just want, as I say, some more supply people for these groups. Anyone that's got supply bonuses. Let me just grab my drink. Ooh, he's got a lot of traits. Okay, that's good with me. Works out well. So, now for the tank unit, we want someone that's got like a battle, like a speed bonus, so... yeah, like this guy. And then Infantry de Madrid. Madrid defenders. I've got to give you a defensive doctrine commander if you're a defender, that's for sure. Yeah, Batov. These are some of our strongest commanders. Anyone with a lot of traits and the like. Good. Okay, so... right, any old guards we don't want. But anyone with a lot of traits... especially traits for supply consumption while we're in peacetime. I will not frown upon it. Just don't want old guards. Okay, a mountain person would be great here. Apparently we don't have any mountain fighters at all. Very frustrating. This is one of the Air Force commanders. We've got a lot of clones going on here, I've realised, in my army. It's another clone army. Did the Jedi Council authorize the creation of a clone army? Right, central planning. Okay, Clav exploitation, and there we go, a little bit of organisation has been brought. Has that made any difference to supply? Yeah, it's bought us one more IC, we'll take that. We can't really use it for anything, in fact it's a net negative gain, but oh well. Heavy AA guns, sure. We'll let that Cav one go, and then central planning, I would like to do logistical organisation to get that supply throughput. And then we've got our artillery unit and stuff. So 37 on you. I think we can probably take you off for now. One of you can go onto there, and then we can have a look at doing like mass assault for our infantry divisions and things. We want to make our infantry as good as possible because it's going to be the backbone of our army. We could do with some heavy like AA, etc. Anything with very high piercing. Although then again, we're not playing the Axis, are we? So we actually want anti-tank. Right, attritional warfare. It's 38. We can do assault concentration. We can do special operations training. We can't do special operations training. Because we're doing hedgehog defense. Yes. Good, good. And there we go. Mountain unit training is quite useful. And then did we unlock the ability to do... No, we didn't sadly get that one. Because you need Blitzkrieg Doctrine. That's a shame because, you know, we would have been able to do the that one. But well, we can stick with this and get the infantry defensiveness. And yeah, more partisans disbanding. Money for energy. What are we lacking? Steel. I think we should do all of these trades. They're all small, so we might as well. Let's build up some relations internationally. Great War analysis, worth grabbing, and that one's worth grabbing. Which takes us back around to like air techs and the like again, which we could do with grabbing a little bit of fighter tech to improve our operational efficiency. And we still have a lot of money in the positive. So that's good. Anti-tank. We are back around to operating tech, so we could do like the recon unit ones. We could definitely take on a chromite trade for a little bit more IC efficiency. I would like that to just be a little bit higher though. Right. 36. So we can get some infantry upgrades, which is good. And I think we just managed to get rid of a little bit of dissent. And we do have 50 IC, which is not that bad. That is pretty good. I will definitely take that. These are all 38, so we don't need to worry about them. We're going to have a fairly modern air force by the looks of it. I think we should start with our light infantry branch upgrade, because that's where the majority of our units are. Because the majority of them are light infantry, and yes, police centre. So, we could get ourselves a few police centres. Let's get standard infantry branch, and then we can get special forces. Let's drop another save here. God, Hearts of Iron 3 is a lot more sort of Alright, camouflage. Okay, 41. And then like that. Got that coming through. We're looking good. Retractable undercarriage. And some basic, you know, the basic education enhancement, which is good. That's going to get us a little bit more leadership. I doubt it will be enough to do one more tech, but we'll see. So artillery carriage designs, anti-air ammunition, so range finding, yeah, that's all fine. High density alloys. Let's get heavy artillery going. Might actually be useful in this campaign, to be honest with you, if we need a breakthrough division. It'll be slightly more easy to put together. Railroad network is fine. We need to be able to do port engineering before we can do seaport. And then artillery brigades. Yeah, we need to get our twin engine stuff going because we have a fair amount of twin engines. So that will be probably where we invest the majority of our air power. 39 means it can end. 38 means it can end. Let's get both of these. And then we're building up quite the, you know, we're still building up that officer ratio. It's not as extreme as it was previously. And I don't suppose, yeah, June 11th, so a couple of weeks. Right, artillery barrel. I mean, these are the sort of minor things that you want to be grabbing. You know, we've got a fair amount of artillery in our divisions. So we at least want our artillery to be the best it can be. We could do, as I say, with anti-tank in there as well, though. Now, we're about to get that mountain unit done as well. Now, we're going to let that aero engine one run. Railway, sure. The chromite I'm very tempted by. Because we've got enough money for it. Ah, there's no one for us to trade with. Well, I can be as tempted as I want. But if there's no one to trade with, it don't mean much. Ah! There we go, that's a good tech to grab, that 38 radios one. Rolling artillery barrage, bye-bye. 37 there. And you know what, we're going to veer away from this. I might build some carrier air groups, actually. Because they're quite useful to have for, like... Ooh. Right, small caliber tank cannon, 37. Fine. But we can get armor plate thickness now, yes. We're not going to be able to build a massive armored force, but we might be able to build a few light armored motorized groups, which could help us immensely. Armor plate thickness. And then controllable propeller pitch. Yeah, ground attack and tactical attack efficiency wouldn't be the worst thing in the world either. I do like artillery support. So, light aircraft. So, we do want to grab artillery support. yet another heavy cruiser out. So that gives us a fairly well-rounded navy. Nothing special, but at least we have it. We can contest some landings with it if anyone tried to attack us. And on June 18th, the mountain unit will be done. And then we can think about building them out. So pre-war armor construction, which just makes our units a little bit tougher. Gives them a little bit more defensiveness. Okay. Infrastructure and transport, now that's a big one because that decreases supply consumption, and you know, we want to try and make ourselves as favourable as possible. So yeah, we've switched over fully now back to like a peacetime organisation run. Getting a lot of IC bonuses from all of these communists, which is good. 115 available is not bad. Short barrel HE gun. And a little bit extra for artillery and things would be good. Let's grab that one there. Okay, and then the ability to have troop ship flotillas is good as well. So we will grab the next level of that tech. That's dropped us below 50 IC, which I dislike greatly. I think we're building up IC in all the areas that we need to. It's just taking a lot of time. It takes a long time to build up IC. Marco Polo Bridge, medium popularity, which is good. And the opportunity to expand our heavy industry once more, this time in Seville. Which is good because I'm building that place up already. A new monumental building. What do we want? Ah, the uni. Go. That gives us a little bit more leadership, and we can get ourselves broadcasting going. I would say, what are we struggling with the most? Consumer goods is still pretty high, so an entertainment show would be good. I mean, we are on full civilian economy at the moment as well, and we are getting that down via, yes, reduce our neutrality, so we're going to get there relatively soon, but wow, that makes a real difference. Okay, so we have enough now to be doing probably the majority of a few different things. So we can get fleet carrier doctrines so that we can get to naval underway replenishment, because we want to try and increase the range of our ships. And then military police, special forces training is both worth getting. Command, here we go. So these are all 36 level. We can't do them all at once. So army group's worth doing. So is army. Yeah, the core one's only average. So is the division, and the brigade one's not that great either. Just do the two main army ones for now. And then channel what's left into our officers, just so that we're getting a little bit more on the old officer ratio. And we've got an option to send help to China, which we're going to want to do. We want to support against the nationalists, or against the Japanese and sort of their world forever. So, you can choose to send... We want to send the troops, so that's what we're going to do. And our economy is still very green. I wonder why that consumer goods... So only 3.2% of our IC is required to go into there. Now that means we can get core HQ. Let's keep on building it all up. Okay, and we could chuck a little bit more into our consumer goods. We could just drop our supplies just for a minute while we just get rid of that bit of dissent. Japan does not have enough money. Well, they need to get some money. We can afford to run at a deficit in supply just for a little while whilst we get rid of that dissent. Network advance. And part of me does want the national monuments. You know what? We are going to build it. Okay, so we get a little bit more national unity as a result. 36. We need to still do heavy armor forging. And then small entertainment show. Which, yeah, just drops our requirement. Yes, there we go. Very good. Right, that's got us back up to 57 now on our IC, which means we can start building. Yep, that's got us into building yet more of our existing IC stockpile, which is good. So 682 that's costing us. Once a few of those complete, hopefully that'll drop down in cost a little bit. Okay, Brigade HQ increased. Thank you very much. And that takes us up to 58.8, which is another one IC that can go towards Malaga. Like infantry branch upgrade. Battle commander recognition. And we should probably get the strength increase ones. Actually, you know what? We'll do that as well. Right, still can't do any other laws. And port engineering. So, port engineering is good because it allows us to get basing, sorry. Right, heavy armor forging, which is just going to carry on through. Takes forever to get that, but we need to build ourselves up into a bit of an industrial powerhouse before war with Germany. We're going to sucker punch them, I think, in 1942 when they're deep into Russia. That will be the plan. And then that gets us a little bit more, yeah, naval base efficiency. Well, the sortie organisation penalty thing's pointless, but... Got dry dock engineering, then we can also get coastal defences. Right, we could buy chromite from Turkey. And I lean towards doing that. Okay. And that gives us a little bit extra now on our IC requirement, which is good. A bit more IC efficiency is never the worst thing in the world. Coastal defense engineering. Just zinc and nickel. Now, what would life be like in a world without zinc, eh? Nightmare. Right, so I'm going to call it an episode here. Thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next episode of the Spanish campaign. Thanks again. Bye-bye.